Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm here to talk about one ETF in particular and how I plan to invest in it to, get rich. This is my plan to get rich. It seems pretty foolproof if I do say so myself. I think you guys would also agree. So if you do enjoy this video and gain some knowledge out of it and plan on copying this strategy, be sure to drop a like, smash the like button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps out the algorithm, it helps out me. And also be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we see the portfolio today. It's almost at $25,000. This is almost an all-time high for the portfolio. I think the all-time high is 25.6 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, somewhere around there, 25.8. So looking good in that regard. I think the stock market is definitely on obviously on an upward trajectory in the near future. But what the stock, the ETF, the stock that we're looking at investing into today is ticker symbol SCHG. This is Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF. What this ETF is comprised of is mostly technology, but this is, subject to change because this ETF is really mostly just like it says right here, it selects growth stocks from 750 of the largest US companies by market cap. And this is a really good strategy, to say the least. Why would you want to invest in the S&P 500 when they don't have the fastest growing companies in their ETF? Maybe they have more stable stocks, but I'm younger. Maybe you're a little bit older watching this, which is totally fine. But I'm willing to take a little bit more of a risk. I don't think that this holds any more risk at all. But if you do think that, then maybe, just buy the S&P 500 or a different ETF. But I think that this ETF looks great. There's 16.55% is compounding annual growth rate of this ETF since December 11th, 2009. So this is since inception. It's been over 15 years, tried and true. This Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF has been returning 16.55%. So guys, I'm not here to BS you or clickbait you or anything. This is going to make you rich if you can just be consistent. Consistency is the key in a lot of things in life, and the stock market is no different. You're going to be, filthy rich if you invest like this. It's just, it's just how it is. So if I start with $25,000, pretty much what my portfolio is at, maybe yours is a little less. The starting amount isn't really as important as the additional contribution, which we'll get into in a second. But so I'm 19. I'm probably looking to retire when I'm 65. It might be higher by then, but we'll say 46 years is when I want to retire, and I want to have that money in my account. Maybe I take it all out of the stock market and just spend it. Maybe that happens. Probably not. And then we're getting that return rate of 16.55%, which it's proven to do. And then let's say I'm capped out. I'm making $5,000 a month for the rest of my life. Not my goal. I want to be making more. But let's say, I go to college, I'm in college right now. Let's say I get a degree in, business. I concentrate on accounting, and I'm working an accounting job in California. I'm making $60,000 a year after tax, $5,000 a month. And I invest $1,000 of that into the stock market. 20% of my income is going into the stock market, which is very doable. Very doable. So if we do that, we have $25,000 starting 46 years after, and then return rate of 16.55%, which is what SCHG returns, and an additional contribution of $1,000 at the beginning of every month. At the end of that, I'll have $119 million. All I invested was $552,000. So that just does a lot of talking for itself. I can't really, say how much money $119 million is. If you're watching this and you have $119 million, please comment down below and let me know if this is, what you did to get there, because not a lot of people have over $100 million. You're a pretty wealthy individual if you have over $100 million. You can afford to do things that people with $10 million can't, to say the least. And then this just goes to show as well how achievable this really is and how you have to be consistent. So you can speed up this process too, because if you say, let's take it down to only 30 years, look at how much less it is. So let's say you take it down to 30 years. I want to retire, or let's take it to 31 for me, for example. Or let's say you're 20 watching this, you want to retire. If you're like 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 watching this, props to you. Start investing right now and your life will be set. But let's say after 30 years, it's only 10 million. So that's 16 years added over $100 million onto my net worth from 16 years, which is a long time. But 16 years and $100 million, you're making, about, between $5 and $10 million a year. So that's pretty good for investing $1,000 a month. That's really good. So we see that time is on your side here, but if you want to compensate for time by investing more, if you invest $3,000 a month, let's say you're, working a great job, you're making $10,000-$15,000 a month, and you can afford to put aside $3,000 a month, you can speed up this process, and you'd see you have 25 million. And then let's say you're working a good job for all of that time, and then you have that 46 years. I mean, that's when it starts to get crazy. That's when you could potentially be a billionaire just from investing in ETFs, which isn't very, heard of. I mean, people get rich from investing in ETFs, but you can put an uncapped amount in ETFs a year. In your Roth IRA, you cap out at 7,000 plus the match. But you can put as much as you want into an individual account in ETFs. I mean, you'll have to pay that capital gains tax, but at the end of the day, hopefully you're making so much that tax is really nothing. So you see that, and then you can speed up this process even more. Let's say you're just aggressively investing for, 20 years and you want to retire in 20 years. You're aggressively investing $10,000 a month, which is a lot. But, it's 16 million. And that's only in 20 years you've made $15 million in interest, which you're investing $120,000 a year, so that's a lot. But look at how much time is on your side with this. I mean, the more time you go out, the larger the number increases by a lot. I mean, if you start investing, even if you're an adult right now, I'd say, obviously from these metrics right here, start investing for your kid. Put $100 in an account and let's say you start at zero and your kid was just born. When they're 18, if you put $100 a month in an account in SCHG, if it does what it historically has done, your kid, when they're 18, you're going to be able to give them $116,000 just from $100 a month. If you give that's college tuition right there. That's college tuition. And then let's say, maybe you put $200 a month, and then now this is where we start talking. $200 a month, and then you have $232,000. That's college tuition, a down payment on a very nice house. There's a lot of things your kid would be happy to do with $200,000. So this is, a video for that as well. It goes to show that if you can afford to put a little bit of money to the side, maybe even $500, I don't think your kid would be mad at you. And let's say your kid keeps that going until they retire. That's just that's not even real. You know what I mean? Let's say the kid just keeps investing $500 a month onto that already, and they had 65 years to let that money grow, and then your kid's kid, and then that's how generational wealth is made. This is just a calculator. I'll put the link in the description. It's an investment calculator. It's very good. It definitely does a great job at, putting the numbers into perspective of how much money you really can make off of the stock market. It's pretty crazy. The amount of money you can make from investing and just time, that compounding. Like Albert Einstein said, compounding annual growth rate, but compound interest is a man's best friend. Or no, he said my fault. That's a different quote. But he did say compounding interest is man's greatest invention. That is what he said. So, after seeing those numbers, I can't argue with him. I think that is man's greatest invention. Compound growth is definitely pretty insane. It's called the snowball because you see how towards the end of the years, look at years 0 to 40, you can't even see the interest you're making. It's literally pennies on the dollar. And then 40 to 60, you go from you're at $20 million and then you're at $830 million. That's insane. This goes to show too that you can be someone that's not making a lot of money and being a billionaire isn't out of the picture. And you can aggressively invest too. That's not crazy either. If you aggressively invest for 20 years, like I was just showing, but let's say you're just adding $10,000 a month, you're just aggressively investing, that's $16 million. So if you're 20 right now and you want to retire when you're 40 and you're making a lot of money, you're making $20,000 a month and you invest 50% of it into an ETF like this, you're making a lot of money. Let's say you have that 16 million, you don't even need to pull out that much. So you're still investing after that. You're just pulling out a little bit. Let's say you keep that going for 40 years, that 16 million turns into 360 million. So being disciplined and having this compounding annual growth rate is very important in the stock market. SCHG is one of the stocks that definitely does it best with that, return. There's another stock, VOO. This is another one that has great returns. We see it's 14.64%. Not quite as good, but almost as good. And both of their expense ratios are very low. VOO is less tech-based, I guess, by a little bit, but I think the SCHG's model is very attractive, and there's a lot of good things they have going on that I can't argue with that I think are worth investing in. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. There's no reason not to start buying SCHG. I think it's a very great stock. There's a lot of backing that shows that you're going to make money. And I hope that this calculator did put into perspective how easy it is to obtain generational wealth. It's really, not as hard as people make it seem. You don't need to buy a course. You don't need to, discover the new next biggest thing. You just need to invest in ETFs in the stock market. And you don't even have to buy single stocks. I do that because I like picking stocks. I like taking the risk of either making a lot or making nothing or losing money. I like that risk. I like looking at the stocks and their balance sheets. But the thing about ETFs is you can just throw money in there, and you're going to make money regardless. So that's a great thing about ETFs. And yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to smash the like button. Really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Also, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. We're very close to 500 subscribers, almost there. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.